Hey guys, what's up? So, I'm ranking another album's track listing today, mainly because one of my favorite albums of all time recently just turned 14 years old yesterday, and I'm talking about Green Day's 2004 comeback album, American Idiot. Now, this was very hard for me to rank these songs from worst to best, because this album is one that over the years I have ranked a perfect 10 out of 10. So just know that the songs ranked toward the bottom, I don't hate at all. I just think that, maybe they're not the best on the album, but they're still pretty decent songs to say the least. So, there's 13 tracks, so let's kick it off with what I think is the worst track on the album. Extraordinary Girl is one that, I don't know, I like it, don't get me wrong. I don't think it fits majority of the atmosphere of the album, so that's probably why I haven't ranked this low, because it's one I just listened to, and I'm just kind of like, this is cool, but I don't see where it fits into this album at all, so that's probably my main problem with it. Other than that, I think the vocals are fine, I think the instruments are fine. It's just a song I don't think belonged on American Idiot. Maybe something like 21st Century Breakdown, or God forbid Uno Dos Tres, that very bad trilogy they tried to do. But I can see why people like this, and I like it too. Like I said, just because it's here doesn't mean I hate it, but I felt like they could have put something else on the track listing, maybe like the Lost Cigarettes and Valentine's track that they had. They could have put that on there, but we got this, and I think that's fine. Once again, I don't hate this song, but Are We the Waiting is one of those songs where, it's kind of just repetitive, and I think that's why it's on here, consistently saying, oh, we are the waiting, and all that stuff. I do like the song that it transitions into that you'll see later, but, it's one of those songs where it's just kind of like, okay, it is one of those annoying repetitive songs, because there's catchy repetitive songs and there's annoying repetitive songs. This is annoying, although I still do like the atmosphere. I just don't like how over and over again that song and those words have to be repeated. It's just, but like I said, I like how it's a lead-in into one of the songs, and that's why I think I listen to it more than not and do enjoy it on occasion.
I remember the face, but I can't recall the name. Now I wonder what her name has been.
What's Her Name finishes the album off, and I gotta say, I think it's more of, I don't see this as like a finish off on the album. I felt like they could have went with another song to finish off the album, like Wake Me Up When September Ends, and I Know What You're Thinking Though. The album tells a story, it's gotta be in a certain order. I understand that, but, maybe it's like Extraordinary Girl. Maybe they could have kept this one off the track listing, I don't know, but, I felt like they could have did a little bit better. But once again, it's not a song that I hate. I think it's a decent song with a lot to give us, but where it's at in the album and what album it's on, I think it could have been better had you put it on. I'm going to say 21st Century Breakdown would have been definitely better, because 21st Century tried so hard to be American Idiot but wasn't. It was worse, but the song can stay on here as long as it wants to, because it's still a good song on a great album.
What's in love is now and dead. On your birth certificate, just like the fucking match to life that's fierce.
Number 10 is Letter Bomb. I mean, once again, I think the instrumentals are fine. I like where the track takes us, but, it's not one of my favorites on there, but, I like it. It's okay. It's nice to just, listen to when it's playing through. I mean, I don't skip any song on this album just because I think it's that great. But this is the one song where if I were to skip a song, this one might be it. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this song, but I do, like it. Like I said, I don't hate any of these songs. I know I keep repeating myself with that, but I just want you to know, just because it's ranked this low doesn't mean I hate it. I think it's fine, but there's definitely plenty more songs on this album that rise above it, and that's why it's ranked this low at number 10. I hate putting this song this low. Homecoming, which is the second to last track on the album, and it's got 5 parts to it, which is The Death of St. Jimmy, East 12th Street, Nobody Likes You, which is sung by Mike Dirt, Rock and Roll Girlfriend, which is the short little part by Trey Cool, which is awesome, and We're Coming Home Again. I just love the build-ups for each part in the certain song. It's a great one. Like I said, I hate to have it ranked this low because I think it's a great attempt at like a multi-part song, which wasn't the first time on this album that they did that. I will mention another one, like I said, later, but yeah, it's just the intensity keeps you in it, and then all of a sudden you get to hear the other 2 bandmates, sing. It's just an awesome, underrated track that I think should have got a lot more recognition, but didn't. But I look back at it now and I'm like, this song was a masterpiece and a great piece of art.
She's a rebel, she's a saint, she's the salt of the earth and she's dangerous. She's a rebel, vigilante, missing link on the brink of destruction. From Chicago to Toronto.
Number 8 is She's a Rebel, a short little 2-minute track that comes squished in between Give Me Novocaine and Extraordinary Girl. And She's a Rebel, I like it because, once again, it's one of those short songs that they have, but it reminds me a lot of the older Green Day, the punkier side of Green Day, considering that's what it is. It's a complete pop song, mixed with the fast guitars and drumming, and just the short verses and choruses, and just kind of what proves its point and then gets out of the way, which I think is nice, but it is catchy too. That's what makes it great, is it's a very catchy song, and I kind of had to put it this far up because, like I said, I think the other 7 songs coming up are better than it, but this is one I also hate to rank this low just because it's a fantastic song that, once again, I think it's underlooked. People talk about they don't do punk rock anymore, but I'll tell them, take a look at this song and you'll be utterly surprised.
Drain the pressure from the swelling. The temptation's overwhelming.
We get halfway through the list at number 7 with Give Me Novocaine. I think this is a very deep track about drug addiction, and it spreads awareness very nicely. I think that's the main reason I like this song. I like songs with meaning and songs that tackle, topics that aren't really being tackled that much that should be, and this is definitely one of them. I know Novocaine isn't really like a go-to drug, but people get addicted to it all the time, and it's basically saying, I want to just drain my pressure and my swelling, so just give me the Novocaine, that's what I want to stop the pain, and that just, that's a painkiller, which, like I said, people get addicted to, and it's one of those things where I don't think Billy Joe Armstrong was addicted to painkillers, but I know he had a short coke addiction. That's why they had that hiatus from late 2012 into early 2016, but other than that, I just like the song's message and where it goes, and it's kind of just halfway on the list just because of that reason, and it's a good song nonetheless as well.
The innocent can
Now we're getting into the songs you might know with Wake Me Up When September Ends. This song means a lot to Billy Joe Armstrong. It was written about his dad who passed away of cancer when he was 4, so he really didn't grow up with a father, and it happened in the month of September, and that's why it's called Wake Me Up When September Ends, because, you know, obviously someone you care about and it's close to, especially when it's one of your parents dies, you feel like that, you know, you have nothing to live for, and you're just kind of like, you know, wake me up when it's over, or wake me up so I can see if this is a dream, because it's something that you don't want to believe. And like I said, especially with him at a young age like that at the time, it was probably heartbreaking just to know that now he's not going to have that father figure in his life. And I don't know if his mom ever got remarried or whatever, but it's a great meaning and just a great song that I'm glad reached the mainstream when it did.
Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alienation. Everything isn't meant to be okay. The television keeps out tomorrow. We're not the ones that meant to follow.
I have the title track coming in at number 5. Once again, this is Green Day doing punk rock as we expected. It's a short song, but hey, fantastic kickoff. You get that guitar riff right at the beginning, and then the drums kick in, and you're just left singing along to this song all the way through. It gets very political, talking about the Bush administration, just to anything political at the time, whatever was a political topic in 2004. I'm not really sure. I was still a little young to really get that stuff, but you know, all I knew is in 2004, George Bush was president and was also running for re-election for president, which he also got as well. So, and as we can tell, Green Day didn't really like Bush that much, so they kind of got political in a couple songs in 2000's Warning as well, with songs like Minority, but this one definitely beats that song by a long shot. It's just high-powered and intense, and one that just gets you pumped up after a listen.
Alcohol and cigarettes and Mary Jane to keep me insane, to which someone else is cocaine. And there's nothing wrong with me. This is how I'm supposed to be.
Number 4 is the second 5-parter, Jesus of Suburbia, which the 5 parts are Jesus of Suburbia, City of the Damned, I Don't Care, Dearly Beloved, and Tales from Another Broken Home. I just think that there's a bunch of beautiful songs here, like Jesus of Suburbia and City of the Damned are the kind of like the higher points of the album, and then you get I Don't Care and Dearly Beloved, which are just kind of softer, or at least go into the softer stuff, and then Tales from Another Broken Home, you know, gives you that, you know, I'm leaving, I'm finally gonna go home, you know, at the end, and it's just 9, almost 10 minutes of just fantastic songwriting, fantastic storytelling. It's an amazing feat, something we had never heard them do before, and the fact that they pulled it off with success was just like thumbs up to them, because I didn't expect them to ever do something like this, but they did it to perfection. Number 3, the song that follows, Are We the Waiting, and that is St. Jimmy. Once again, it's another short punk song, or that would fall in the realm of that category. Excuse me. And it's so catchy. I like the little guitar riffs and the drums that pop in every once in a while, you know, until you get to the chorus. And the real song, you know, it's just an awesome, just, it would be great to one of those mosh pits, just because of how fast it is and how heavy it is. You know, it's something that you can get in the mosh pit and do that crazy moshing to. I don't know, I've never been in a mosh pit. I don't ever plan on being in a mosh pit, because I hear they get crazy no matter really what band you're seeing. So, and with Green Day mosh pit, I'm assuming that it's a little bit out there as well. But yeah, the song is just great. It's kind of toward the middle of the album, so it's kind of like a good treat for, like, here's the second half of the album. It suffices.
I walk alone, I walk up. My shadow's only one that walks beside me. My shadow
Number 2 is one of their bigger hits in the 2000s, and that is Boulevard of Broken Dreams. It's obviously an emotional track. I mean, everybody knows the iconic music video. Everybody memes the first part of the song, To Hell and Back. It's a meme song, but it's also a good song, which is what people who meme the track take acknowledge to. It's about, feeling alone and just being depressed and not feeling that there's anybody around you that cares. And it's a song that I was able to relate to. I think a lot of other people can relate to, and just the fact that they know that there's somebody out there going through what you're going through or going through, it calms you down a little bit knowing that you're not the only one. And this song definitely has that feeling, and the song overall is fantastic, and once again tackles a meaningful topic that needs to be talked about more often. And at number 1, it's the once again political Holiday, where they take a jab at like nuclear war. Of course, George Bush again, because why the hell not? I mean, punk music back in the day was, back when it first started, was supposed to be political and stuff like that. And Green Day did get political a little bit, but theirs was more about lost love and stuff. But, on this album, they definitely got political, at least on the next couple of albums. And Holiday is just one of those ones that stands out because that opening guitar riff, once you hear it, you know what the song is. You're like, oh, this is Holiday by Green Day. It's got a signature guitar riff, and it's just a great song where, of course, you can't help but sing along, and then you get the little part where it's like Billy Joe Armstrong speaking on a microphone or a megaphone, to a bunch of people, and, he's basically, talking about, hey, we're going to start a nuclear war, when we really have no reason to. But hey, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't really political back then. I'm still not now, but it's just a hell of a good song that I love and is probably my favorite on that album. So yeah, that does it for ranking every Green Day American Idiot track from worst to best. You can tell I love this thing when I have it on vinyl because it's the only time I buy vinyls. Anyway, tell me in the comments below, what is your favorite tracks on the album? What are your least favorite tracks? You can even rank them from 13 to 1. And yeah, happy 14th anniversary, American Idiot. Cannot believe I'm saying that. But yeah, time flies. And I remember this thing first coming out, buying it within its first week. It's just amazing to me that it's already 14 years old. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, share. And I'll catch you guys next time.